Hello human beings. I was off a few weeks, obviously. Hope you had an endurable January. I know January is very rough for a lot of people, including me, which is why I haven't been on much, but I'm back, and I've been struggling a lot with the thought of, like, it's so weird that so many people like see me and know me and I don't see their faces, and it's a weird feeling and it scares me a little, and I don't know if it's good for me to put my thoughts out there. And you know, the internet never forgets, but I feel like everything I'm sharing is like genuine and positive. That's why I'm back, and that's the thing why I haven't been posting much. I haven't been very genuine and positive to myself, towards myself. It's been a rough time, but it's fine. Like, in my day-to-day life I'm fine, but I'm like not very enlightened in that sense, that I felt I had to share something. But one thing I told myself is, on New Year's, I know, you know, New Year's resolutions, I don't like them very much, but one thing I told myself is, go out there, put yourself out there, and like one kind word can save someone else's day. At least it saved mine a few times. Which is why I'm here, back again. I've been unemployed, and like, I'm trying to get a job so freaking hard, but it's super rough, and I don't know, it's been like a downer, pretty much, like being rejected in that sense. And I'm aware that I'm not rejected as a person with all my like beliefs and hopes and everything, but I'm rejected as an employee, a working force, and that feels shit as well, and being unemployed feels shit. And I am sure everybody who has been unemployed before agrees. But it's okay. It's okay. I got a house I can sleep in. I got enough food, and the sun is rising every morning and giving me so much joy within shining, and giving warmth and hope in cold times. Even though like the snow is almost gone, it's crazy. We had like that much snow for 2 weeks, which was great. Like back in the day it was more, of course, but climate change is doing its thing, so it's like mid-January and the snow is almost gone, which is not normal at all for this area. But that's the topic for another day. What I wanted to say is, no, I just wanted to check in with you guys, and I do have one message. And the message is, you as an individual are not as important as you think you are. And that might sound rough in the first place, like hearing it for the first time, but if you go deeper, it's true. Because people, especially on New Year's, have like a lot resolutions that like they're about themselves. I want to get rich, I want to lose weight, I want to whatever. But like, if you have this amount of energy and you put it into like fixing yourself, which I find horrible. You don't need to fix yourself. You're so whole and holy as an individual at every point in your life, and it's like not on you in the sense of I have to read books, I have to work out to fix myself to get better. Of course it's amazing to educate yourself, and it's amazing to look after your body, but if you do it with the focus of I want to give myself, like, I want to, I don't know, sustain strength or educate myself in order to go out in the world and spread kindness and spread hope and spread compassion for other people, then that's amazing. But if you do it like because I want money, I want this house, I want this car, I want to do this, that, because no. In every single religion and in spirituality, Like this thing of I want, I will, I whatever, it's seen as like not very good, or it's not a support to your growth in that sense that you grow as a person. And also what I think personally, and from experience, I can 1000,000,000% say that's true. You don't grow from reading books. You don't grow from like starting an online business in order to make cash, or from working out every day in order to be skinny and like match some weird people's expectations. You grow from putting yourself out there. You grow from putting yourself out there with all your flaws and all the failures you've like produced or gone through in life. You're putting yourself out there as an incredibly imperfect but whole and holy human being. And you grow from putting yourself out there with all your flaws, and you grow from putting yourself out there and messing up, and you grow from being honest. You grow from experiences that leave you shattered, and you grow from experiences that leave you so full with joy that you think your heart will explode. You don't grow from saying I will, I want, I manifest whatever. Of course, it's a good thing to have goals and to like remind yourself of being kind. Like, I don't know, make yourself a vision board that says I want to go out in nature more, I want to be kind. Make my day worth its time for myself, not for other people. And still, you know, you have to think in the long run also a bit. For example, I try to enjoy my day-to-day life, but I still like send dozens and dozens of applications. It's a sensible topic for me right now. But maybe I'm gonna be a gardener. Maybe send some applications, and they said they gonna come back to me within this week and call me, and that's great. That's the first, not rejection, but not like they haven't accepted me yet, but they haven't rejected me as well. So, well, that's a win. But however, coming back to the topic, that energy you have, that life gives you, that God, like this godly thing, like not connected to any religion in that sense, but this good thing gave you, and that life gave you, and you take that energy, and if you put it into I want more, I want money, I want this, I want that, I want that, I want that, you know, I'm greedy, and just thinking about yourself, oh, how do I look, how will people perceive me, how am I dressed classy enough, it's gonna get you nowhere, or maybe it's gonna get you somewhere you definitely don't want to be in the long run. Nobody cares about how you look. Might as well go out with greasy hair. Nobody cares. You know what they care about? They care about if you smile at them at the register counter. They care about if you, I don't know, give them a hand, grabbing, I don't know, grocery up at the shelf like you can't reach. They care about what you do and how you are as a being and as a soul than how you look. They're like people that are considered the most beautiful people of the world. If they have an unkind heart, I don't consider them beautiful. Well, I think I just contradicted myself. I think that everybody's beautiful in the sense of their soul is beautiful because they're raw, but I think it adds to your, like, everybody has the human dignity and nobody can take that from them, and that dignity has to be respected. And I think it depends on how you act, that it's added to that dignity or taken away from, but like the base dignity stays always. But I think somebody who's so unkind, not beautiful, has, like, I'm sorry for them, because they have such a long way to go in life. They have such a long way to go as a soul in order to come to a point where they can truly be at peace with themselves. And I'm sure every horrible human being out there, they're like punished enough with the thought of them being horrible, and that they have a long way to go as a soul. But I still have compassion for them. Wait, I'm sidetracking so much, but I hope you get what I mean. Outer beauty doesn't mean much in the eyes of people who truly know what matters, and people who are on the way of like reaching that level of acceptance of themselves and the world, and the level of, you know, that final boss. I don't know if there's a final boss for your soul, but like the final level. We're on a journey, and we need to look out for each other, look out for ourselves, but not in the way of fixing ourselves, but in the way of taking the energy we have to look after ourselves in order to do good in this world and make it a little easier for everybody. That's what one comment said on the last video said. There was this quote like, be kind if you can make one person's moment easier, or one person's life easier, do it. And that's pretty much the message. You're not as important as you think you are. Look out there, look what you can do with your power, and not how you can fix yourself, and how, yeah. I don't know, I think I'm starting to like run in circles with the message I wanna give you guys, but I hope it came around a little. When you die, or when you like conclude your life on earth, this life on earth, I don't know if reincarnation exists. I myself do believe it, but I totally respect people who don't. We look back and we look at what we did in life in the sense of what we did to grow. And we don't grow, as I said, by fixing ourselves, but by putting ourselves out there and living in the moments and making mistakes, and it's scary. You don't want to make mistakes. My tongue is really twisted. You don't want to make mistakes, but you have to. You're not gonna grow if you don't. You don't grow if you don't suffer. You don't grow if you don't experience joy. Put yourself out there, take it all in. Try to stick to values that feel in tune with your soul and your purpose, and enjoy the sun as much as you can. Please go outside, enjoy the sun. Look as what's the name? Modern Family, the series, like the TV show. I'm sure a bunch of you guys know it. Phil Dunphy says, look at the sunset at least once a day. Do that. Look at the sunset at least once a day. Sit in the sun and enjoy it, and look at the birds flying by and adore how beautiful they are, and let your surroundings feed your soul. You don't have to look for anything specific to feed your soul. Just take your surroundings and let it influence you, and let it make you grow. If there's a surrounding that's not good for you, it helps you grow to the point where you say stop, I don't want that influence. And if it's a beautiful influence, it makes you grow to the sense where you can take in beauty, and it adds to your admiration of life. And that's so nice. That's so nice. This life is so good. This life is so good. And even though you're at a point where you can't feel it, and you feel like there's not really something that's there for me anymore, this is the end for me, your head is lying to yourself. Your head is lying to yourself. Like, take in the sun and think about the sun's been there for millions of years. I don't know, I'm shit at astrology, but astronomy stars. But I do know that the sun is there to warm us. The sun is there to sustain life, and even though it's blinding sometimes and we get sunburned, we need it to stay alive. And if you get sunburned, it's shitty, it hurts, and it's like not really good for your skin, but you learn from it. I don't stay in the sun out that much. What consequences do I have to like make happen in order to prevent being hurt by something and take it to sustain my life? I think I just dipped in so many topics and don't have one big message, but I hope, I don't know, I could give you some like inputs that make you think a little, or I don't know, at least make you go out and look at the sun and think, oh fuck, this shit is beautiful. Because it is, and I'm saying this as a person who's gone through a lot of shit and has gone through painful moments, and you don't need to compare like hurt and pain, because everybody has pain and hurt, and I'm sure every single one of you has gone through moments where they were in so much pain and couldn't see anything, like what's to life. And if you're at the point now, I promise you, from the bottom of my heart, like with all my soul, there's gonna be a point in life where you think, fuck, is this beautiful. I don't know if I can curse, actually. I don't know if that was good, but like, you get what I'm saying. And you can only reach the point if you keep going and keep growing and keep protecting yourself and keep putting yourself out there as you are, as broken and imperfect and holy and whole as you are, okay? Lots of love. You guys are amazing. Go outside in the sun. Mwah.